somebody made a video of one of our medical camps, and they said we give free medicines, free care, free consultations, and I said put below free coffins too. And since my wife was running the medical camp, she was not amused. Anyway, so why do we need to be needed? What is the key word here? What is the key word in needing to be needed? Insecurity. That is the basis of 90% of our problems, our insecurity. Why are we insecure? The basis of insecurity is your survival instinct. If you're not insecure, you have no survival instinct. Because no matter how strong you are, you always fear there may be somebody stronger than you. So that breeds within you a sense of insecurity. No matter how much money you have, you're insecure because you always feel there will be somebody who may have more or get more or become richer than you. So this need to compete is not purely greed as per greed. It is bred from a deep sense of insecurity. And that is one of the main causes for your constant level of unhappiness. Because you're never satisfied, you're never content, so you're never happy. Because, exactly, but we don't. Now, how can you survive in a positive way without the insecurity? With faith. If you have faith, then it takes a positive connotation. It becomes, I can survive because I have faith, I will survive. So the difference is this. If I'm going to do it, then I have to do it through my insecurity. If I have faith in a higher power, in the divine power, then I do it with that. Then there's no insecurity. Now supposing, I'll pose you a problem. You have to go somewhere. You don't want to go. For whatever reason, you don't want to go. The powers that be, your friends and family, come and pick you up, put you in the car, to take you to the airport, to take you to the place where you don't want to go. What will you do? Kick and cry and shout, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. No, you go like a mouse and crib all the way. Yes? That's, you're insecure and you're handling the situation. So you say, I got a tummy upset, I got this, I got that. You find all the reasons. What I did once when I didn't want to go, they said, you have to go. I said, I don't want to go. No, people are waiting for you. I said, okay. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, I created a traffic jam in Delhi at 3 o'clock in the morning, which lasted for 45 minutes, and I missed the flight. Now, that is faith versus insecurity. And the person who took me was like, how can there be a traffic jam at 3 o'clock in the morning? It's impossible. I'm sitting there drumming my fingers. So this is it. I just said, I don't want to go. You got to take care. Have you ever heard of a traffic jam in Delhi at 3:45, at 3 o'clock in the morning? It happened. So just see how it can work for you. Otherwise you say, I have to handle it. I'll say, I got a tummy upset. I'll say, I lost my ticket. I'll say some lame duck excuse you try to give them. This is it. Leave it to the divine and it works. In other words, your faith can displace this constant need for insecurity. That is my survival instinct. You don't need it. And talking of survival instinct, how boring and drab it is just to barely survive. I'm just surviving, head above water, treading water. Stop for a minute, I'm underneath. You should be flying, not surviving. You should be living. You should be growing, not surviving. Think a little potted plant out there, like one leaf comes up, the other leaf dies. One leaf comes up, the other leaf dies. Now does it make sense? The difference between the insecurity and the need for your insecurity and the faith and the need for faith. Darwin did his bit, survival of the fittest. But again, what he termed fittest and what really is fittest was proved with the famous thing with Hercules. Remember? Jason and Hercules. Anyone remembers that? Bouncing off the disc on the water. So brain versus brawn, which is fitter? No, it's not that. It's how you use either. Yes, very good. Survival is how you adapt to change. And what is adapting to change all about? Not changing your attitude, being flexible. If you're not flexible, you can't adapt to change. I'm rigid. This is what I do, and I can't go this way and I can't go that way. That's why anything rigid or brittle can break. Something flexible doesn't break. So you need to be flexible. We get stuck with dogma, doctrine, rigid stuff, principles. This is my principle, there is no gray. It's only black or white. Well, fine. Then you will break. The whole world survives in the gray area. So security and the need to survive. How important is it? Let's take today. You're all here today, fulfilled and fed up, probably had your lunch and everything. Now supposing you hadn't worked for a day in your life, do you think you'll be here today? So, where was the need to work? What a fool you are to have worked so hard. You see, this is the point. Go on the streets. Don't you see old beggars? Yes or no? And they've got older without working, through begging. We die young with heart attacks because we work. Nobody works for me, they work with me. Be politically correct. I'm not running a slave labor camp here. Maybe I am. So if somebody can reach the age of 80 through just walking the streets and begging, so you'll reach here anyway without having worked. Talking of survival, talking of security, what good can you get from laziness? That's the story. Don't do any wrong if you're lazy. You know that famous series of expressions. If I drink, I go to sleep. If I go to sleep, I cannot sin. If I cannot sin, I go to heaven. So let's drink and go to heaven. It's not about not doing any wrong. What is the positive aspect of laziness? You can be lazy and blocking somebody. All the inventions are made by lazy people. Somebody didn't want to walk, he invented the wheel. Can you understand? So truly, actually, laziness is the mother of all inventions. I don't want to yell, hello, Ranjan, are you at home? I take a telephone. Can you understand? So reality, laziness is actually all these nice things you have. You don't want to fan yourself, so you make some motor go around and fan you. Otherwise you go into this, ha, ha, ha. Can you see? So actually laziness is the mother of most inventions. See what a turn it's taken now. You guys would have come here if you hadn't worked today. All the nice things you enjoy are because of lazy people. So what do you think I'm trying to get at here? Find a shortcut. So, what I'm trying to get across to you all is just this. You are taking yourselves too darn seriously. I have this big responsibility, the family to look after, blah, blah, blah. I'm this big businessman, I'm this big so-and-so, whatever, doctor, whatever. You know, this morning I was driving past a part of Delhi and I saw about 10 or 12 huts on the pavement. And I saw that one guy and he struck me as the most cool guy you could get. He was sitting with his legs stretched out with a small cup of tea in his hand, a mug of tea, metal tumbler of tea in his hand, and he was enjoying the morning. And all these fancy people in their fancy cars were all going to work. And this guy was just... You heard that, everybody? She said, what if the two people living together, one person is bedridden and sick all the time, and the other person was stressed out, looking after them. I said, take a pillow. Bye. No, it's not about that. You see, what I'm saying is, why do two people live together? First point. because they want to be together. So then if they're sick or not, you look after because you want to, not because you're getting stressed out doing so. And you of all people, you can't afford to tell me that. You phone me up from God knows where, I'm God knows where, and you're telling me, my floppy hasn't eaten lunch today. And floppy incidentally is a dog. I am in Delhi, floppy is in Kashmir, and you are in Perth. Now please look after floppy. Can you imagine I'm giving a workshop? There are 80 people there. I get a message, floppy is not had lunch today. Yeah. See how serious the crisis was. So this is it. Stop taking all these things so seriously. If floppy has to go meet his maker, let him go. Tell floppy here, say hi to him for me. No, but the bottom line is, we make such an issue of all these things. Why do you make an issue? So now you had a good laugh. Yeah. That's exactly what you should do with life. Laugh. I want this from life, I want that from life, this must go my way, it must go this way. Forget it, it's never going to go your way. And if it goes, wonderful. If it didn't go, wonderful too, because then your way was obviously the wrong way. That is faith. Not faith is that everything goes my way. Faith is that if it doesn't go my way, then my way was the wrong way. So let's not have my way or your way, I have no way. Whatever way it is the right way. Your choice is my choice.